Hey guys, and today I'm going to be showing you what's coming up. Today guys, we're going to be talking about how film writing and making has changed and the sort of fundamental changes to it, and how technology has moved on from old-fashioned cameras to these new 3D IMAX cameras. And also we're going to be talking about how the writing has changed and how certain things are wrote from TV to film. When you look at TV shows that are comedy, like Big Bang Theory, Only Fools and Horses, the writing and everything has changed since, like, say, 1993 or 1966. And the way that things are produced is all different now, and film writers and makers are always trying to find ways to sort of change the way an aspect of film is taken from and how it's produced. Like there's some films coming out in 2020 that are going to be sort of like your own imagination. There's going to be a lot of other stuff like that going on, guys. So in this video I'm just going to sort of talk to you about what I think's changed and like the fundamental changes of everything. So when you look at a show like a comedy like The Big Bang Theory, you can see that the comedy is written through actual comedy. It's not something one person or a couple of people thinks funny. The entire nation or the viewers or everyone that watches it thinks that's funny. And it's not just like songs where a famous artist brings out a new song and the only reason people like it is it's because it's by their favourite artist. Even if it's a bad song, they still like it. In comedy films like The Big Bang Theory, the jokes are laughed at because they're funny. It's not because the show's amazing at times, it's because it's always great and that those jokes are actually quite funny. But then if you look at a TV show like Peaky Blinders, which is quite serious, the writing's a lot different. Having an hour, 45-minute episode each week for 6 days, well, not 6 days, but 6 episodes in one series, it's quite hard work and it takes over 4 months to do, and that's not as much as you'd think, but it really shows itself off in the TV show. And I can imagine that the way they write that is different to how The Big Bang Theory is wrote or something like that. So like it's really like easy to sort of switch. Well, it's not easy, it's easy to see how things have been written differently. Like in Peaky Blinders, people are written like Birmingham Cockney accents, and they're sort of, you can tell that if you compare Big Bang Theory, which is a comedy, and Peaky Blinders, which is a drama and action series, you can tell the differences, and not just because of their genres, but it's because of how everything is produced and how the gore to the jokes to the drama, everything's a lot different from them two TV shows. And now we're going to move on to sort of the camera sort of perspective of it. So basically you can tell, like, because writing has gone from a hard writing on a TV show for hours and hours to having a bunch of writers and not just one person. It has changed very much how people write these TV shows, and it is forever changing. There's no right way to write a TV show or a film. Films are obviously harder because you'll need about 100 scenes in one movie to make it a full 2.5 hours, because sometimes in comedies like How I Met Your Mother, there's 50 scenes just because of the flashbacks. And comedy and drama are two very different things, and everything can sort of changing the writing way. So now we're going to move on to the cameras, guys. So on the cameras, guys, the way that things have changed from an old-fashioned stand-up one-camera film, it's changed drastically from 1-2 cameras to these new digital, durable, sound wave editor type filmmaking cameras. And if you look at this old one here, everything's changed. It was all used to be mechanical, and we've gone from that to the new Kodak Super 8 to the Super 8 Plus filmmaking camera for people like me who want to be a film writer. And the actual lengths of film has changed in the way that they record everything. Also, we're using things like 3D now, which makes a film even more epic, and even video games and phone games are getting in on, and Android games, but less on them. So the way that we use cameras now, guys, has drastically changed from an old mechanical camera to a new improved Kodak Super 8, which I'll show you now, which I've already showed you, but I'll show you again. It's amazing how much they've changed it is brilliant. I don't think you can get better ones for people who are starting off as film writers. I don't think you can get a better filmmaking starter camera than the Kodak Super 8 or the Kodak Super 8 Plus. They are a lot of money, and you might have to be a bit older than me to get one, but they are perfect for people who want to be aspiring filmmakers and writers. I mean, the camera angle of film is amazing, and TV as well. Money is in TV now. There isn't... Films, they can be good. You can get amazing franchises, but TV just gets better because everyone's watching it because of Amazon Prime and Netflix, and they're all watching it on that, and you don't get that sort of thing at the cinema. You can't go into the cinema and put on what you want. You go see a direct film, whereas at home or on your TV, you can put what you want on. And I'm not saying that you can't get money from cinema, because film writing is an amazing thing, and I want to be one, but I also like focusing on TV because you can spread it out over a certain amount of weeks. You can add more to it. The story doesn't have to be middle, start, and end. You can twist it. Even at the start, you can change everything. You can have an entire story arc and storyboard to everything, and you can change the way that it's released. Whereas in cinema, you've got to have a plot that goes all the way through and maybe a few twists. But that's it. You have to have a full-line plot. But the way that camera has changed now is just perfect. I want an old-fashioned typewriter, but that's on the writing side of it. But on the camera side of it, you want to get one of these new amazing smart edge things to video, like all these new phones. They can video. You can use them for a film only if they were bigger, and I think that's what people and engineers are trying to do now. They're trying to get the camera angle of everything different, and you've got things like 3D, two-sided angle. Oh, it's amazing how they've changed from an old picture thing that looks like it's moving to something you can record with sound, editing, visuals, or special effects and everything. It's just changed so much. So just a quick thing, guys, before I end this video, go subscribe to my G. Spuds Cooper is like my second cousin or something. So yeah, just go subscribe to him, and he's close to 100, so go subscribe, like this video.